Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you guys could join us once again. For those tuning in on the simulcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, we're glad you all could be with us. Those tuning in on X, we're glad to have you with us. And to bring in our friends over on Instagram so they can be a part of our chat for today. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. So I can introduce you guys to a great panel of guests that we have for today's episode. We're going to talk to you guys about something very special. And we're now live on the Amazon Live platform with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, I'm going to type you guys a welcome message over there. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the first two issues of the big topic for today, and that is Hustle Her Magazine. I'm excited to welcome the editor-in-chief of Hustle Her Magazine to our broadcast today, Chanelle Coleman Wesley. You guys also know her as an Amazon best-selling author, motivational speaker, and she's brought some friends with her today. We're going to be talking to her about the individuals who are joining us, their contribution to the magazine. But hello to everyone. Glad to have you on with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to start with you, Chanelle. I'll bring you up front and center. I want to talk to you about here you are celebrating the second issue of Hustle Her Magazine. How does it feel to have it out in the world here in digital and to see the response to it?
Cyrus is just something very rewarding and truly inspiring. I'm so grateful that God has just assembled such a dynamic team. We are just featuring fascinating women from all spheres of genius. I'm excited about what we have going on. I'm also excited about what we have going on in the cover with Vanessa Miller. So I'm excited about all of this.
Love that. We're going to be able to talk to Vanessa here as well. So, for those who may have missed our previous conversations, Chanelle, talk to us about the history. How did Hustle Her Magazine come about?
That's a great question. I actually love that question, Cyrus. It really kind of started from the idea of doing Black women authors. Originally, that's what I was going to do the magazine on. And, sometimes God just leads you into different paths that you have no idea you're getting ready to go down. And so I was just moved to be able to highlight women of faith, women of inspiration, women in business. And I wanted to make sure that it had also had a representation of women who also look like me, who are tipping the scales, owning their space, and just really operating in their sphere of genius. And so I'm excited about what Hustle Her Magazine represents and the dynamic contributors and those who are featured inside its pages.
Right. Well, I'm going to bring back up the great group that we have that's joining us today here, Chanelle. And I've been able to have now all of them actually on Cyrus Webb Presents on the Amazon side before. So I'm going to kind of go through a rundown of those that we have with us today, starting with Dr. Velma Bagby. Dr. Velma, good to be able to see you and have you on with us as well. So talk to us about what it's been like for you, Dr. Velma, and being a part of Hustle Her Magazine.
First of all, being a part of Chanelle, period, is being in her circle, within her range. And she's always doing exceptional things. But the way we even met, we didn't know each other, but she invited me to host her conference, her virtual conference. And from there, we just have connected on many levels. And we happen to be fortunate enough to work with the same publicist. And so we're able to team up and do some other activities. So I'm excited to support her in this journey. And I am excited that my book is in the book vault. And so I'm grateful that she invited me to do that. And of course, the ones who helped me in the very beginning of my start are on this platform, both Pat Simmons and Vanessa Miller who spearhead the Christian Book Lovers Retreat. I was a newbie when I met these powerful women and helped me on my journal. So it's just full circle for me to see all of these fabulous women on the platform today. And of course, I don't want to skip Kate as well. Got a chance to work with Kate as well. So I'm excited, really excited to be here.
Glad to have you, Dr. Velma. We're going to be talking more to you. Speaking of Kate, your name was mentioned. We just recently had Kate on the program talking about her brand new book. But Kate, what has it been like for you to be a part of Hustle Her Magazine?
Cyrus, just like Dr. Velma said, to be a part of anything Chanelle has is just, for me, is an honor. When we met with, she said yes to herself unapologetically. I was a part of her anthology, and we have been joined almost at the hip since then. We do a lot of projects together, and we share the same publicist as well. So just being able to have my book in the book vault, I'm actually honored. I'm honored that she thought of me. I'm honored that, to be here amongst all of you. I haven't had a chance to work with Miss Pat or Miss Vanessa, but I'm getting ready to. I'm gonna work with them as well soon. And I
Awesome.
love you, Cyrus. Love working with you as well. I love working with Chanelle, and I appreciate you so much, Chanelle. Thank you.
All right. Well, I want to bring up Pat. Pat, good to have you back on with us here at Cyrus Webb Presents. Last time we had you on, I think it was last year when you had one of your releases. So, what about for yourself, Pat? What has it been like for you to be able to see what Chanelle is doing with Hustle Her magazine and to be a part of it?
I am honored. I am honored to be a part of her vision. And I am godly proud of her accomplishments and, her determination to do this thing, because so many people start off with a vision, get discouraged, and bless her heart, she really had to work with me because I've been on the road, and bless her heart. That's all I because trying to, yeah, bless your heart because it's
Wow.
hard. I mean, it's hard to put together a magazine or anything, and you're dealing with so many of these different people and their schedules and checking mailboxes for books and just so much. So I am indeed honored to have met her and for her to even think of me to include me. Yeah.
All right. We're going to be talking more to you, Pat, and want to bring up the woman of the hour, Vanessa Miller. Good to be able to have you on with us, Vanessa. Vanessa, of course, is featured on the cover of the new issue of Hustle Her magazine. So, Vanessa, talk to us about your experience. What has it been like for you to see what Chanelle is doing with Hustle Her magazine and to be featured on this issue's cover?
I am very honored to be featured on the cover. I was very honored just to work with Chanelle on this. I think it's amazing. I love to see when people go after their dreams and accomplish them. So it's a great honor, and I'm just happy to see her, her vision come full circle.
Love that. And Brian, we're glad to have you back with us as well. Brian was on with us when we had the other group that was a part of Hustle Her Magazine join. So, Brian, for our audience who may have missed that segment of our show, talk to us about how you have been knowing Chanelle and what it's been like for you now to be able to support her with Hustle Her Magazine.
Well, I'm honored as well. I think I might be honored in a different way than everyone else here, because I feel like there was some concessions made for me because of my gender. And it's a women's magazine. And Chanelle had promised me that I would be working with her at some point. And she kept doing things for women and things for women. And I love that because I love women. And I wanted to see these things happen. And then she said, no, I'm going to have you in the magazine. And I'll say, are you sure? And, I'm really happy to be a part of it. I'm really happy to give my 2 cents, to give my perspective. And I'm very proud of her, knowing her since she was a very young lady in college, and seeing her mature to this level and to be able to push forward, being a mother, being everything that she's gone through, everything that she's doing in her life. She hasn't seemed to put anything on the back burner. She's doing it all, and she's actually getting it done. And just look at these people she has with her. Look at this cast of great characters that are here just to support her. So obviously she's doing something right. And I mean, I don't feel like she's ever going to be starving for anyone to be on the cover, because she has such great people supporting her.
Yeah, totally agree with that. So, Chanelle, how does it feel to be able to hear what everyone has had to say about not only working with you on this issue, but also just what you've been able to build, not only with Hustle Her magazine, but also with your platform?
Well, first of all, Cyrus, I want to say it's definitely making me blush, making me feel things. So let me lighten the load a little bit. I'm excited because I get to be able to connect with so many dynamic people. Dr. Velma Bagby and Dr. Audrey Ann Moses were very big proponents of the Christian Book Lovers Retreats. And it was through this vehicle that I was able to meet both Vanessa Miller and Pat Simmons. And when I say they are just greats in their own rights, I knew that they would have stories that were going to be very relevant to the audience, their passion, their commitment, but also their faith. I knew that they were going to be able to provide articles that were going to provoke and challenge. Brian is here because, as women, we need to hear that male perspective, because we don't have all of the gamuts covered. And so it's good and refreshing also to have that different perspective, to be able to give additional lights and give us some insight into the other side of the coin. And of course, Kate knows how much I love and respect her and all of the things that she's doing. I'm just so excited about that. But they're also here because they're authors of amazing books. What is a magazine without amazing books? And we have some dynamic authors. I want to encourage people, yes, to pick up their issue of the digital version of Hustle Her, but we're going to have our print version that's dropping next week. But I also want to encourage you to pick up the books. The books in the vault are books that you can't put down. If you're looking for a dynamic read, you're like, sis, I need a page turner. Guess what? We got books. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Cyrus, because you know how I can.
Yeah. Oh, I like the excitement, Chanelle. You're all good here. I'm going to reset real quick and say for everyone that's tuning in, see you guys over there on Amazon. Appreciate you. Welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents on the Amazon platform, but we are simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. We're joined, just heard there from Chanelle Coleman Wesley. She's not only a best-selling author, motivational speaker, but also the editor-in-chief of Hustle Her magazine. We have it highlighted in the carousel. This is the second issue that's out now. As you just heard Chanelle mention, the digital is on sale right now for $2.99. If you missed the first issue, we have it in the carousel as well. You guys can be able to get that. She also mentioned, of course, that the books that all of you, of course, are authors that I've had an opportunity to talk to. Vanessa, I want to start with you on this next question, because I think, for a lot of people, when they think about your career and think about what you've done, what has it been like for you through your example, Vanessa, to not only to show people what's possible, but also to think about your own longevity in the business?
Well, I'm thankful for my longevity in this business, because writing is a hard business, and people don't understand that until they get into it. I've had people say, they'll see you out doing something, and then they'll just say, "Oh, I'm going to be a writer too," and then I kind of just pray for them because it's going to be a journey that they don't understand, and so. I believe that, this journey, you can have the longevity if you just don't give up. And there could have been a lot of times around this journey where I could have given up, and I decided not to, and so then I just believe God just rewards that tenacity, and you just keep going, and you keep producing, and you keep finding those readers that want to read what you write. And I think that's important too, that we understand that not everyone is going to want my particular story or another author's particular story, but there are particular readers out there who want exactly what you deliver. And so those are the ones that I just go after, and I try to find my readers.
Yeah. Pat, you know what it's like to be able to find your readers, to find your tribe. What has it been like for you? And a similar question I would ask Vanessa, to be able to not only to look at and to celebrate your own longevity, but also the impact you've been able to have on the world through books.
That's a lot for me to answer. And, when I first started, I started writing because I wanted to read. I wanted to write books where you could read my books on Saturday and go to church on Sunday guilt-free. Right. That was my whole goal. I had no idea that there were other people that wanted the same thing. They wanted the romance. They wanted something refreshing, but they wanted something that didn't compromise their salvation walk. And so it took time to find those readers that I was steadfast on, where God is a character in my book. He's walking right beside my characters when they're getting ready to do something. He's like, okay, you might want to think twice about that. But, just like Vanessa said, being an author, it's up and down, up and down. Sometimes you want to quit, but I just praise God that the biggest thing for Christians is to remember what God told you. We have to recall, we have to rehearse what God said to keep us going. And that's real important. Or Abraham, he wouldn't have Ishmael if he had just remembered what God said. I'm just saying. So I'm trying not to get in the way of God. And patience is a part of being an author. It's being a part.
Yeah. Dr. Velma, you've been able to write both nonfiction and fiction, and to build your platform. What has that been like for you, to not only, of course, to work on projects like what you're doing and having books featured in magazines like HUSTL'HER magazine, but also be able to build your own platform and see the readers that are coming from it?
Well, let me tell you, I was thinking about what Pat said about giving up. I wanted to give up the minute I got started, because when I looked at the genre that I was called to write in, I wanted to write about better dating strategy so people ending up with the wrong people. And this is Christian dating for marriage. So I had to develop a strategy, pulling out of scriptures, and then create fiction around it, like the parables. I wanted to create stories where people will find themselves in the story and see kind of the pattern of the things that they're doing incorrectly, because we still practice high school dating, and that's not going to get you marriage or find the right person. And so when I looked at the genre, it said 50,000 books. I'm going, God, what am I going to do writing about dating and relationships? It's already 50,000 books. How am I going to do that? Until one day, my Christian marketing teacher said to me that everybody has an audience. If God gave everybody an assignment, there would still be plenty of work left to do. And that freed me from thinking that way. And I had to get out there and create books based on what I've been called to do. So what I did was I used fish characters to describe the wrong kind of men to date. And that's what took off for me. And then I had to learn, okay, where do I put the scriptures, God? I'm writing fictional stories. What if there are people who really want to know these scriptures do exist? God talks about over 200 times what a fool looks like and what a fool acts like. We really need to know that. And so I had to do the research to find out, can I write a nonfiction in my series of fiction books, and discovered I could. So I have 2 nonfiction books in the series of fiction. And then the male readers say, when are you going to talk about the wrong women today? I said, okay, I got you. Talk to my husband. Give me some ideas and tips. So I came up with one of the books in the series that was just for the men, the wrong women today. She'll tear down the house. So I had to really discover all these things. And I'm very grateful for the women that are on this platform that I had the ability to connect with very early on, because that gave me inspiration, seeing what Pat accomplished, seeing what Vanessa has accomplished. And it really inspired me to see all the other women there, authors who have accomplished some of the similar things, have gone through similar roadblocks as well. So it's an inspirational journey for me. So even when I can't go, I try to make sure somebody goes and give them, because I used to go with my dear friend who passed away. So I purposely, every time there's a CBLR, I will gift one of those sessions so that somebody can go to learn what I discovered. It's a very, very good group. So this is kind of my story, Cyrus, and I'm sure I went over what you asked me, but hopefully that tells my story to everyone.
Yes, it does. And you know what, Dr. Velma, you could never go over it.
Oh,
You're always just right. I want to reset real quick because we're getting some comments coming in. So I want to just say, for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents on Amazon Live, but we are simulcasting this across social media. Hello to you, my PR team over on IG. Good to be to see you, Real Man and a Bell. Glad you could be able to join us. I see you guys over there on YouTube as well. Appreciate the hearts over there. If you guys have any questions over there on YouTube, make sure you guys do put those in the chat. And of course, for you guys over on Amazon, any questions, you put them there as well. Kate Thurman, you're up. Kate is celebrating, of course, her first solo book, Beauty Beyond the Tears. So I want to talk to you, Kate, about this experience. What has it been like for you to have written your story, to share your story, but also see the support you're getting from some of the authors on this panel, but also from your readers too?
Well, Cyrus, glory be to God. To to write this, I've written before, but God would never let me release any of the books. I've tried, like Dr. Velma fiction. Even when I wrote with Robert Townsend, I thought I was on top of the world. Writing with them, I thought I was doing something right. But each time I would write a book, I couldn't release it. And so to be able to write this particular book, for the particular reason that God allowed me to write this book, oh my, and the feedback that we are getting from this book, knowing that so many people actually suffer in silence from losses, and to be able to minister to so many people, it feels good. And also, I forgot to mention earlier, Chanelle is the publisher. CC's Inc. is the publisher of this book. So to be able to work alongside her with this book to tell my story, Cyrus, you to know that I'm helping so many different people. And finally, God allowed me to publish this book. This was the first book. All of the other books, they're just sitting there on the shelf. I couldn't do anything with them because it wasn't time. It was time for this book. And I know that this book is going to touch so many women and men who suffer in silence and think that they don't matter because they've had miscarriages. So I feel good about it.
Good deal. Good deal. So, Chanelle, your name was mentioned, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you back up. You've been able to bring together again this great group, and you mentioned, of course, about authors, Chanelle. How does it feel to be able to bring together these different types of authors and topics, and to be able to introduce those to your readers in Hustler magazine?
Cyrus, I'm an avid reader. You know, before I'm an author, I've always just been a reader. It's just something that I love, and so, and I think there's something that I'm really specifically genre specific, and so we need different things. You know, you need a book that's going to provide you that inspiration, like Kate's book with Beauty Beyond the Tears. You know, you're going to need something like The Filling Station if you're thinking about, hey, you know, I like to know some things that happened back in our history, our culture, especially during all the things that are happening now that are so unprecedented. You know, being able to learn about history, but still having that inspiration and still seeing God's handprint within it, you know, is dynamic. When you think about Dr. Velma Talks, you know, the years of wisdom that she's imparting and providing for readers and those who are looking for dating advice and they need direction and guidance, and they're saying, you know, God, why am I repeating these same cycles? And so Dr. Velma's books are good for that. And then, you know, like I said, with Miss Pat and her book, That She Prayed, you have to know that God changes things. And sometimes you need to be reminded by that. Sometimes you need to be provoked. Sometimes you need to be challenged. Sometimes you need something where you can just laugh and have that good-hearted moment. But that's what the Hustle Her book vault is all about. It's about women finding some great books. You want about your business, then Krystal's book, the Build Her Blueprint, you know, helps you with that. So it provides tips, tricks, and strategies. It's just a good read. And I don't want to leave Brian out because he does have a book as well. He's definitely a published author as well. But it just provides some great tips, tricks, and strategies. If you're looking for some good books, then you guys definitely want to connect over, especially getting the digital issue, because you can simply click by the author's thing and it'll jump you right to Amazon, so you can just go right in and purchase. We don't even want you to have to worry about, well, where can I go to find it? Pick up your issue of Hustle Her and just press that author's their little link. If you touch it, it'll jump you right to their page so that you can just go right on ahead and pick up some good books.
Love that. Well, Brian, you were summoned again. Chanelle mentioned, of course, your book. For those who have not been able to get your book or know about your book, Brian, tell them about what books you have that are available on Amazon.
Well, I happen to have one right here. My book is called How to Help Your Children Help Themselves. It is a manual for parents of students grades 1 to 12. I'm an educator, and I realized that as we improve schools, we improve textbooks, and even improve teachers through professional development and certification, somebody forgot about improving the parents. And so I decided to write a book to help parents to understand the kind of things that are different than maybe when we went to school, and things that they might need to know to help find the uniqueness in their child and to help them matriculate from 1st to 12th grade. This book was written in 2020, and I've actually just finished an update that will be coming out for 2025 to give parents even more, more advice, more things that they can do to help their children get through school. It's rough now. Parents are doing a lot now outside of the home where they're not able to be as much a part of schooling as they were back in our day. So they need a little help, and I decided to be the one to try to help them out.
Love that. Well, a great panel today. I appreciate all of you being on with us. Chanelle, I want to say once again, congratulations to you and what you've been able to do with HUSTL'HER magazine. Again, the second issue, the digital issue, is out now. I'm going to highlight it again for you guys on the Amazon side. You guys can get it for $2.99. Right next to it, though, you'll see the debut issue. You can be able to get it there in print. As well as the digital issue as well. As your Chanelle mentioned, the print edition will be out of the new issue will be out next week. So make sure you guys are looking out for that. Chanelle, let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you?
Thank you so very much, Cyrus. It's a pleasure to be able to connect with you. As always, people can connect with me, Chanelle, Coleman, Wesley. Make sure you pick up these authors' books. Authors, if you have your book, please hold it up. Let them know to get their books. And I'm going to pass the mic back to Cyrus. I don't know if everybody said anything, but make sure you grab these books.
All right. Brian, go ahead and let our audience know how they can stay connected with you.
They can stay connected with me on Facebook, Brian JT Watts, on Instagram, The Real Brian Watts, on LinkedIn, Brian JT Watts, and on my website, IamBrianWatts.com.
All right. Vanessa, glad to have you on with us again. Let our audience know how to stay connected with you, Vanessa.
My website is VanessaMiller.com. They can stay connected with me on Instagram at author Vanessa Miller, at Facebook at author Vanessa Miller or Vanessa Miller Pierce. And I showed this book because I don't have a copy of The Filling Station here with me. I'm traveling.
And I got you, Vanessa.
Thank you. So there's The Filling Station right there. Pat is holding it up. That's my newest book.
All right. And speaking of Pat, go ahead and let our audience know how they can stay connected with you as well.
Well, I had to show Nessa's book, so here you go. Friends help friends. That's what we do.
Right. That's right.
My newest series is The Intercessors. And you can stay connected with me at patsimmons.net. Do not put patsimmons.com. I am not a Doobie Brothers guitarist. So it's patsimmons.net, and I'm on all social media. You cannot get rid of me.
Love that. We don't want to, Pat. We don't want to. And Kate, what about for yourself? How can they stay connected with you?
On Facebook and LinkedIn, it's Kate Thurman. On YouTube, it's Meet the Thurmans. If you want to connect with me for the book, it's katewrites80@gmail.com. For the nonprofit, angelicalbless.org or 770-765-6641.
Appreciate you. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Velma Bagby. How can they stay connected with you?
This late bloomer started writing at 64, and I'm 71 now with 25 titles out. So you can feel free to connect with me at drvelmabagby.com or any of the social media platforms as Dr. Velma Bagby. Thank you all, and thank you, Chanelle, for having me today.
I appreciate all of you for being on with us. Really appreciate the time. Congratulations to Chanelle and all of you again, and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thanks so much, Cyrus.
Thank you so much.
More than welcome. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.